This is a recording of the HRT120 library webinar. The purpose of this webinar is to introduce you to the library and resources that will help you throughout your time at NOVA, and specifically with your coursework for HRT120. My name is Heather Blicker, and I'm the Eli Librarian, which means I'm the librarian for all online classes offered through NOVA. I'm here to support you, so even if you can't go to a physical NOVA library, you can contact me. If you'd rather talk over the phone or virtually, email me and we'll set up an appointment. I try to answer all emails within 24 hours on weekdays. You can also contact me in the Ask Your Librarian discussion forum, which you can find within your HRT 120 course. If you have a last-minute question or need help in a hurry, you can always use the 24/7 Ask a Librarian chat. I'll show you where to find this on the library's website in a moment. Here's what we'll be covering: quick highlights of the library website, plagiarism and citations, Google versus the library, including using the catalog and databases, and choosing and narrowing your topic for assignments. We'll start at NOVA's library website. The first thing I want to point out is the section called For Students. Although you're an online student, you still have access to any of the campus libraries. You can find the hours and locations, request items to be held at the closest library for you to pick up, reserve group study rooms, and other helpful information. I'd like to point out the citation help and plagiarism link. This is a great spot to remember for quick help on citations. Another highlight is in the gray box called Ask a Librarian. Click on the 24/7 chat link and a widget appears. This truly is a 24/7 service and is even staffed on college holidays. A cooperative network of libraries runs the chat service, so you may not always connect with a NOVA librarian, but they will do their best to help and send a message to NOVA librarians if we should follow up with you. Before we move on, let's go back to the citation help and plagiarism link. What is plagiarism? The simple definition: plagiarism is copying an author's work and passing it off as your own. Plagiarism.org goes into great detail with examples of plagiarism, including turning in someone else's work as your own, copying words or ideas and not giving credit, and failing to use quotation marks. The most common instances of plagiarism are completely accidental and preventable. The best way to avoid plagiarism is to learn about citations and ask questions. Ask for help from your instructors, librarians, and other free student services like tutoring. We're all here to support you because we want you to succeed. What is a citation? A citation is the way you tell your readers that certain material in your work came from another source. It also gives your readers the information necessary to find that source again. There are several styles of citations, and in your course, you will be using Chicago citation style. Use the citation guide here for basic guidance, and if you need more detail, I highly recommend OWL or Purdue's Online Writing Lab, specifically the section on Chicago Turabian. Do you Google? Everyone does. It's a part of our culture even. But I want to show you alternatives to Google, and as I show you, I'll point out the advantages. For example, if I'm looking for information on garden design, I'll type garden and design in the Google search box. I end up with 312 million results. Some of these might be great sources of information, but how do you sort through all of this to find what you need? Now let's go to the library catalog and search for the same keywords. From the library's homepage, you'll automatically be at the Books and eBooks tab. You can search for almost anything from the one search box: books, ebooks, and streaming video. There are many ways to narrow down your search by selecting options on the left under Limit My Results. By availability, whether you can access it online or not. By type, whether it's a book or video. Or by subject. Let's take a quick look at some of the items. The book Garden Design says it's available at Loudon. When I click on locations, it shows other locations it can be found. Click on details to find out more info about the book and if you want to use it. Click on request this item to log in and have it sent to whichever campus library is closest to you. If I scroll over to Tools and down to Citation, I can save the book's citation for later. The book Landscape and Garden Design Lessons from History is listed as multiple versions found. When I click on the link, I find that one of the copies is available online. I can click the Details tab to get more info, see the subject terms listed. You can click on these to try taking your search in a different direction. If you're using the ebook from home, when you view online, it will ask you to log in with your MyNova username and password. Now we'll do the same search in a library database. A database is a collection of thousands of articles all in one location. Because we're using keywords, I will leave the Select a Field drop-down as is and click Search. The search has over 8,000 results. However, unlike Google, if you look to the left to refine results, there are 3 easy steps you can take to hone in on the information. Check off full text. When you limit results to full text, it ensures your results include only the articles that are complete and accessible, as opposed to only an abstract or a summary. Depending on the course and assignment, your instructor may want you to only use scholarly or peer-reviewed articles. These articles are published in scholarly journals and have to go through an extensive peer review process by experts in the field. But because this will exclude newspaper and popular magazine articles, I'm not checking this box right now. To find current articles, I will limit the publication date to the past 5 years. You can see that with each refinement to the search, the number of results goes down, but the number is still too high to simply browse. Now it's up to you and your critical thinking skills to determine how to refine your search using more keywords. Let's try clicking on one of the articles. This is the detailed record page. You can see the source of the article, year, and page numbers. Browse the subject terms for ideas and inspiration to change up your search. Read the abstract before clicking on the PDF full text, just to make sure the article is what you're looking for. If you decide this is an article you're going to use, look to the right side of the screen. You can print or download the article here. Then back at the detailed record page, you can go under Tools, and you can print, email, or save to a flash drive. And then of course you can get the citation. Just make sure that you use Chicago citation style. Now let's briefly talk about choosing and narrowing your topic. For me, sometimes searching for articles like we did a moment ago helps me narrow down my topic. But look at this chart as well. We start with a broad topic and narrow it down with categories. You can find the information we covered today and more within an online library guide. Find the online guide by going to the library's homepage, then clicking on the Research Guides tab. Then Subject and Horticulture. For more videos and tutorials on various topics, check out Nova Library's YouTube channel. Feel free to contact me throughout the semester and I'll be happy to help. Remember to look for the Ask Your Librarian discussion forum within your HRT120 course, and you can find my contact information, post directly to the forum with a question, and see helpful posts on many of the topics covered in this webinar.